welcome back to an episode. We are next to Zoru, and he is marked for another quest. The Githyanki Creche. Let's just talk to him. And then we're going to do... we're going into another passage thingamajig. Because there was some dude that... was it a dwarf or whatever? He was definitely somewhere in here. In that cave, in this like pass-through area. And I completely forgot about him, I think. Anyway.
How long do you think we've got before the goblins come?
Wait. Just like that? That's kind of weird. Is that from healer? No, that's not yet. Let's see. Find the Githyanki. Yes, we find Zoru. Laezel will want to speak with him. Laezel told us that the Githyanki should be able to cure us. We can find one of their crashes. Someone named Zoru should know more. Okay, so I need a Githyanki in my team now.
We should be getting drunk at least. It's no fun waiting for death sober.
Okay, so certain quests can only be done with certain characters. That's very interesting. So you do need someone else for that. Weird, weird, weird. Can't go there, why not? So, let's get through here. A gun. There was a dude. Yeah, Findal was over here. Completely forgot this guy.
His breaths are shallow, his wounds deep. He doesn't respond to your voice.
Let's see. If we were to throw a health potion at him, would that help?
Let's get on with it.
And I'm going back to camp and do some shenanigans there anyway. So let's see if we can maybe heal him. There you go. Nice.
Still alive. So that's progress.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I thought I was gonna die down here.
Interesting. How did those goblins slip into the grove?
It's my fault. I thought I'd given them the slip, but they followed me through the tunnel back there. I must tell the others what happened. I stepped careful. There are traps in these tunnels. And thank you again.
Right. And he's running away. Extremely quickly and disappeared. Well, that's one thing that happened. Great, 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 great.
No hesitation.
There we go. Woo. So, I just have to... Well, not this one. Find the gear, rescue the druid Halsin. Well, show on the map. Yes, where's that one? Very, very far away. That could take a little bit of time. Let's see. Get help from Auntie Ethel. That's also somewhere completely different. And what about this one? We learned that a goblin tribe is led by a priestess. Yes, 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 yes. And she could also cure us. Okay, so there's Halsin and that goblin. What about Karga? Investigate Karga. We need to get to these swamps at one point. So how could we get there? From here on out to the south? Or should we just explore the northern stuff first? Well, we're going to figure that out. Oh yes, and save the refugees in Zevlor. Once the whole grove stuff is done. Find Zoru, find Zoru. I mean, I really, really, really need to talk to him. Find the Githyanki Creche, find Zoru. The Githyanki Roy, talk to Zoru. Well, we have found him, but we cannot talk to him because, again, the squad is not ready yet. So that means I have to go to the camp. Oh, I could just... Oh. We can just go to the camp right now. Let's see if that works. Then look at that. The camp. At your camp, you can take a long rest and fully heal your party. You can also manage party members, advance relationships with your companions, and store items, and eventually change your character and recruit more fellows. Good. We can end the day like that. Oh, okay. Looks like we are going to have a bit more of a look around here. The traveler's chest is all the way down there. Perfectly marked. Interesting. An elegant stool. Everybody has their little camp here. Leave the camp when you're ready to go back to your adventure. Leave camp. Okay. But you can just enter the camp as you want. Everyone really has their own little tent on them. It's interesting that the campsite itself is like some pocket dimension, kind of. What's that one? A bedroll. Someone else. So, traveler's chest. Is there anything in here? Oh, the mask of the Shapeshifter. When did I get that one, though? Shapeshift, illusion spell. Well, well, well. Peculiar clothing chest. 4 of those. And bewildered adventurers pack. Underwater barrel will encumber me, obviously. So the big question is just what's inside? A bewildered about a beacon of the sea. Yo, got to be kidding me. Okay. We got the Red Prince stuff, the loot of the Merryweather Bard, and the needle of the Outlaw Rogue. Wait a minute, Outlaw Rogue, Outlaw Rogue. I mean, Merryweather, sure. Red Prince, sure. The Sea Beast, sure. That was one that was not in my team, that's why. But it is actually a pretty interesting weapon, but we may not need it. That's just it. So, bewildering adventurers packets inside here. We got some fries, some haggis, some poutine, awful lot of camp supplies. That's amazing. It's coffee, potion of flying. Yeah, look at that. Potion of animal speaking. Yes, thank you. Potion of mind reading. Well, we may not need that. Let's just take all of those. Okay. Another big question is, if I were to sort all of this by type. The camp supplies should actually be placed in the camp supply, right? Why does this not end up in there? Oh, this gruel stuff can even heal you. What? I mean, camp supplies is one thing, right? But why is it that some food is able to heal you and some others just doesn't want to do it? That is so weird. Okay, how much more food we got here? Don't need to sort it, I just want to move it around. Thank you. My inventory is so full because I have so much stuff on me. That is not good. Column, mentoring, a song, my Oakma, I hear it and I see it and I know it and so on. Right. Folk song that could be added to the wares. A recruitment poster. Wait a minute. A man and woman stand side by side in this armor. The flaming fists. No, we can just sell that too. Alright, I think this is pretty much all of it. Like road dust, gray. So yeah. Some of these items I really have to get rid of. They're just going to litter my inventory a ton. I actually don't need camp supplies. I can enter the camp willy-nilly. That means the bag of camp supplies, that's like that. Yeah, 18.5. That's a lot. I should throw that somewhere. Traveler's chest, maybe. I have a few pouches that I can use in order to do that, right? Stores your camp supplies. Small compartment line in the sack. Send to camp, yes. That could help a lot. So, nice. Your current camp supplies, you need 40 supplies to fully rest. Well, why have I gotten all of the other ones? Let's see. Camp supply. Camp supplies. There you go. The haggis and this stuff. So that one goes to the camp. And that one also goes to the camp. I still have 400 camp supplies somewhere else, somehow. Where are they? How come they are added? And the bewildering thing, I think I can just move over here. There. So let's open this as well. Okay, so this is all the camp supply stuff we got. Right click. Nope. Yeah, there's nothing in here. Let's take all of those and move them in here. Perfect. So the bewildered thing will be placed in there, the haggis will be placed in there, and that one will be placed in there. So this will be my food stuff. Okay. And the other bag that I have will be the automatic, like, camp supply backpack. Right. So to that. Now, what am I gonna do with, like, other armor that I wear? Illicit manuscript and whatnot. I mean, I could just sell it, to be honest. Yeah, we could just add them to wares.
1,000 years of humanoid history, elves, dwarves, humans, and more flash behind your eyes.
Maybe I could do something else with it. Ah! Okay, wait. I have to do something with it. I just sorted. Like bottles and bones and... Oh yeah, alchemy. Totally forgot about that. The thing is, the alchemy system does not need bottles. So... And there doesn't seem to be, like, craftable things in here. Or at least I haven't figured that out yet. So that means... Why can't I have to close that. There you go. And that was this one. I don't want to take the items off of it, out of it. So let's just place that back in there again. The shapeshifting thing also has to be placed in there because it's related to it. No, the water barrel thing, kind of interesting. So there's some water, the void bulb, then there are some tongs in there. Spiked stuff, a spoon. This is stuff that you can definitely sell. Let's see. This is for my magical items. I'm gonna keep this pouch at least. And this is stuff that I really don't know what to do with it, but to be honest, I could just sell all of this stuff. I do need to find myself another pouch. Yeah. Definitely need to do this. So, there are some bedrolls that for some reason don't do much. Let's put a lot of stuff in here. So there's not necessarily the agate we can keep. bones and bottles. Mysterious liquid. Sure. And a bowl. I can be placed in there too. A gauntlet. Halsin's pipe. We're gonna keep that one. And this one. All of those like tablet-y thingies. So what else? Then we got some rags. Don't know if there's like crafting related or not. So let's just move that one in there too. Scruffy stuff. Yeah, that could. Toggle armor set visibility. Camp and not camp. How does that one look like? That one is nice, actually. Okay, so scruffy stuff, and that one will be placed up here. Don't know what to do with the bones. My inventory, ignorable hat. That's a cool one, but I think we don't need all of this stuff. Alright, I think I got most of it. 2 robes over here. The fishing rod we are going to keep. Okay, single use. Maybe I could throw this rotten stuff. Maybe it has an effect. Funny one. Who knows? So then that pouch will be placed all the way in here. And we're good. Perfect. So, anyone else with interesting items in them? More camp supplies that are just getting carried around like mad. Oh, I can just control her like that. That's amazing. So, oh, that's not what I want. But, open. There you go. Actually, no. We don't need to open it in order to use it. You just take this one and just move all of this in here. Haha. Okay, that's how we do it. Right, what about this one? Silver necklace. That is something that can be sold. And bloodstones, bones, a plate that can be sold too. Like robe stuff. Alright, more rags. Some quills. Some ink stuff. Water and pestle. I just hope I don't need that one in order to craft. So, candle is burning. The bottle is not necessary. What about the armor? I mean, it does weigh a bit. Shadowheart's closed, sure. Oh no, wait a minute. This stuff. 14. No, AC bonus from dexterity. Not proficient with heavy armor. That is heavy armor. Why is it heavy armor? That's medium armor. Has a similar effect. Strange. Okay, let's sort this by type. But now we can just close it off anyway. Why do I have so many shovels? You do not need that many shovels. Okay, what about the chain shard? That's like 13. I mean, I could still keep that one around. That one would be placed in that pouch. Yeah. What I want to do is just rename the pouch into something else. Just in case. Okay, Astarion, what am I going to do with you? Let's see. Oh, they... Yeah, they do go back to their camp afterwards. That's actually quite nice. So the tongs, spider axe.
Shall we?
Let's just open that. So, all of the items that Elven would sell. All of the stuff that don't really have much use of. There you go, that goes in there as well. Only has 40 camp supplies left. Now where are the other camp supplies? Grease bottle, no, some more racks again. Ritual stuff? No. Funny but no. Where's the camp supply? Favors of Faerun. This one can be sold. Like we... Oh, it's just a general thing. Let's just move this to us. There you go. And we have that one over here. We can open this up and move this all the way in there. There you go. That's weird. Okay, now it's in there. Doesn't say how many camp supplies we got. And then I can just go in here if I want to do a little long rest or whatnot. Yeah, just go in here. And then I take all of the supplies out of it that I need. And I don't need to carry that much around with me. Okay. That's at least the idea behind it. Astarion is very low. What weight? Good.
Let's go.
Astarion. Gale. Not Astarion. So, he is going to place these things in that pouch. Alright. And it's going to be sorted. Shadowheart is also pretty sorted. I could, though, try to lower that a bit more. Oh, Portrait of Fane. What am I going to do with it? Need to open that. That's one of those fancy things. Let's place this here. And I would say that is pretty much it now. Yes. Alright, now we got it. Inventory management does take its toll sometimes. Alright. Before we talk to any of those characters, let's just have a bit of a look around. See what else we can get to do down here. Ooh. Interesting. So someone or something may end up in that little... Oh!
What's inside?
Nothing. Alright. So more ways of stashing things. But I don't know if the camp actually moves around a lot or not. So there's storage boxes, yes.
More for me.
A rotting basket. Well, that's just great. And the conical flask. What is this one? Examine it. 30 gold. Yes. Absolutely. We are... what is this one? Separation funnel thing. I'm just going to take all of this and turn it into gold. For later. A bottle rack, sure. With no bottles in it. A stone bed. Quite comfortable, maybe. Ink pot and a quill. More bedrolls there. What is this? Didn't I just... That's the wrong one. Okay. So, the Githyanki. Stuffed ogre head. Yeah, that's just something that you have. You can attack it. Okay. But why? Stained towel piles. Uh-huh. The answer is no. Okay. What about him? He has a glass cup that is worth nothing. Let's just let this one be. A blood bank jar. Uh-huh. Oh, glass chalices. Now what? No. None of them are worth much more. That's the thing. Like, yeah, try to find at least some items that are worth a decent amount. So, let's see. We got some incense. And that is that. More quills. Taking all of those. No writing for you. Candlestick. No. Nothing in there. So let's move this sideways. The incense is worth a lot. I don't know what to do with it though. Let's just keep that one around. The quill, this one, and the ink pot. Something for down there. Don't know about that one too. That's stuff that... I cannot open it. That's weird. That's very strange. There. Okay. Very strange indeed. So this was all full of magical stuff. Let's not move that one around too much. The fish, another rotten fish. Rotten to the core. At least those items don't weigh that much, so I'm good. Alright, let's keep that one the way it is and sort all of our inventories. There you go. Perfect. Now, what areas have I not yet explored? This wooden stuff. Invasion plans for the Sword Coast. Oh. This map of the Sword Coast sprawls from the deep forests of the Thea to the frigid spine of the world. Its topography worn by ancient ink and the constant trade between mortal hands. Stack of books and more stacks of books with no books in it to read. I think they just didn't place that many items in here, so you can't really abuse it that much. And another bucket. Okay. So, let's talk to Withers.
We meet again, as predicted. I shall be here in thy camp for whenever thou hast need of my services.
Right. Not to be rude, but what are you?
There are many answers to that question. None are important.
Skeletons aren't supposed to be able to talk.
Correct.
Uh-huh. Any further explanations?
No.
Was sorting something before. What were you doing?
Beyond mortal realms, there doth exist an amalgamation of spirits akin to thine own, ensnared by the treacherous cult of the Absolute, felled in its name. They bear great discontentment with their destiny. For a mere pittance of coin, I might summon the worthiest among them to lend aid to thy undertaking.
What do you mean by this? Okay. Will these hirelings be joining me willingly?
Most willingly, forsooth. Their passions doth run deep for what hath been wrought upon them.
I have a bad feeling about this. Do you think I can trust these cultists?
Suspicion always haunts the guilty mind. My services are all that I can proffer thee. What thou wilt do with them is for thee to undertake.
So no guild on your hands then. Impressive. Are there other ways you can help us?
Should thou or any of thy compatriots perish, I will cleave soul to body once more.
Oh? Really? That's incredibly powerful magic. Why is it so easy for you?
Because it is my calling. There is little else to explain.
Dude, that's an overpowered character right there. You mentioned a cost. What is it?
A matter of coin.
It's outrageous. Yeah, absolutely. But why coin? Why not just 100? That's interesting. Can you help me change my class? 100. What if I don't have that kind of gold right now? 200.
Then I shall wait here patiently until it is acquired.
Why does it say 100 or not? I'd like to talk about hirelings.
Very well.
Recruit a hireling for 100. Dismiss a hireling. Okay. I'd like to talk about something else. No. That's outrageous.
Such is life. Outrage leading to a singular end.
Interesting. So... that's weird. Did we? No, we haven't spent anything.
Fate spins along as it should. Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead?
Yes, no resurrections for now. Okay. The whole changing classes thing is definitely something for next time. It's kind of interesting that he's right next to the boat, right? Like a ferryman. Quite strange. Okay. Let's see. Right in the camp we can talk to... well, kind of all of them. I need to get Laezel in the squad, but let's just talk to Shadowheart.
The Blade of Frontiers. Let's hope Wyll lives up to his name. We'll need all the help we can get.
Those murals in the grove. Something about them seemed to catch your eye.
What can I say? They were eye-catching. Consider me an art lover.
We should journey separate for now. I'll look for you here if I need you again. Okay. Anything that happened?
Fine. What's on your mind?
How am I holding up? Yeah, there's nothing here.
I must admit, you've been a surprise. And not an unpleasant one. Kindred spirits are few and far between for me. Besides, you saved my life aboard the Nautiloid. How can I do anything but sing your praises?
Right. So, who are we going to exchange that? I mean, the guidance spell I could still do on my own. Another warrior might be very useful. Let's see. I could still keep her though because of her high amount of health. But Gale has long-range attacks.
So, we're traveling with the famed Blade of Frontiers. I feel safer already.
Right. I think I can't really pickpocket all of them, right? That would be right. Quite iffy.
The Githyanki people have a word for men like the Blade of Frontiers. Shalak. Roughly translated, idealist do-gooder. Or better yet, benevolent burden. His confidence is an asset. His pursuit of valor, not so much.
Interesting. Are you sure Creche is our only path to cure?
Entirely. I was as devoted to my studies as I was to my training. Each Creche contains a Zaithisk purification device. So I learned from the writings in the Kalir Library. The library was a gift from Vlaakith herself, that we may gain total understanding.
A kind of wisdom is very valuable.
Countless scholars roam the astral sea and beyond, observing the ways of our lessers, exploring planes so distant order turns to chaos and cold fires rage. The planes are ever quaking, and their peoples ever shifting. The Githyanki possess an eternity of knowledge. Yet we still collect more. Infinities upon infinities.
You look so unusual. Githyanki are rare in this part.
I expect I am your first.
I never heard of your kind until my capture.
I suppose I am as alien to you as you are to me. I know of your kind, but I do not often encounter them. That large, fleshy nose of yours looks like a mistake.
Same goes for the small pointy one. Come on, it isn't that large.
Decadent then, lacking in economy, like so much of this world and its undisciplined people.
Know how much about this mind
I
flayer?
understand much beyond your comprehension. More to the point, I know the cure for our condition. It is imperative we locate a Creche. You do well to observe more and question less.
Okay, what if we don't find it?
Yes, in great detail. It starts with a fever and memory loss. Then you start to hallucinate. Your hair falls out, and you bleed from every orifice. Your bones will change form. Your jaw will split to allow room for 4 great tentacles. All skin will turn to gore and be shed to reveal new flesh underneath. Then you have ceased to exist, and a mind flayer is born.
Interesting. That sounds awful. How are you so calm?
Because I do not intend to let this happen. Not to me, and if you stick with me, not to you. We must find my kind and be rid of the parasite. It's as simple as that. The first symptoms should have long since started, though. That is what puzzles me.
Okay, you already have changed. Isn't that good news?
Yes, if you give it no further thought. But anomalies lead to surprises. Bad surprises. Besides, what hasn't happened may yet come to pass.
Okay, well, I'd like you to
Leave your
journey.
room. Dismiss your weakest warrior.
Well, they're not weakest or anything. So, let's see. Let's just talk to Wyll and Gale. Let's talk to Gale first, and then we can talk to Willie. Is there... there's the piss bucket. Okay.
How can I help?
I think I have a magical artifact here. Not yet. Needs you to remain in camp. Well, does he? But does he? Well, for now, yes.
I question the wisdom of that decision, but so be it.
Perhaps we'll travel together again later.
I'll be here in the meantime, idling away the hours.
Sure. Good. Willie.
The Blade of Frontiers at your calling.
How does the Blade of Frontiers end up chasing a devil in the hills?
Karlach's fires raged in Baldur's Gate before she escaped to Avernus, as my source told it, and she was planning to return. One of the archdevil Zariel's own, chaos incarnate, a devil with pure fire for a heart. I made my way to Avernus to stop her. She fled from my reach, even climbed aboard the Mind Flayer ship as it screeched through the hells. I followed in close pursuit. I can't bear to imagine the lives Karlach might be taking, the damage she might be doing.
Who is this source of yours?
A powerful friend with a keen interest in privacy. I'm sworn to say no more.
Let's move on to other matters.
All right. What else is on your mind?
Tell me, Wyll, how did you come to be the Blade of Frontiers?
My father once said, one does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call. So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse bled into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after.
And he named you the Blade of... Wait. What act could be finer than saving a life? You must have felt proud.
Proud? No. Angry. Angry at the monsters preying on innocents. Angry at the so-called good gods for tolerating the cruelty of the evil. Angry at myself that it took so long for me to see the coast suffering. The frontiers demanded a blade. And so I heeded.
That's nice to finally put a face to the name.
And it's nice to meet someone of your talents. Having a worm wriggling in my skull didn't instill much confidence in the days ahead. With you as my ally, the future looks a little less daunting.
I noticed your stone eye. Did you lose it in battle?
A most vicious one, in fact. It's made from pure bloodstone, carved from the Galena Mountains just north of the Moonsea. A reminder that sometimes blood must be shed and sacrifices must be made. But that story is reserved for lifetime friends and calmer days.
Lean in and examine the eye more closely.
Tiny grooves spider across the eye's surface. It resembles a sending stone used to confer with distant contacts.
Interesting. Isn't it a sending stone?
Sending stone? Nothing so special, I assure you.
His breathing quickens. His jaw tenses. Wyll is keeping something from you. A strange sensation courses through you, and your companion's mind unfolds, secrets half revealed.
Let's see. Oh, thank goodness we got a cantrip. Oh, okay. Almost no difficulty on this one.
What are you?
A shiver runs across your mind. You feel sated. Your right eye vibrates, and a woman's voice echoes in your head. I've a sweet tooth, and devils on the menu. Beyond the voice, you find only shadow. A piece of Wyll's mind locked away from intruders.
Keep out of my mind. I told you, the eye's a rock, nothing more. And that's the end of it.
Well, well. He could join me for now, I think.
That's the spirit.
And of course he levels up to get the required levels necessary. Let's see. What can he do though? Character sheet on this dude. Civil militia. Then we got Dark One's Blessing. When you reduce a hostile creature to 0 hit points, this gift from your patron grants you 4 temporary hit points. Nice. Human versatility, sure. An opportunity attacks. Charisma 17. Okay, now this will be my merchant, it seems. We are going to travel along very, very, very far. So I got myself a rogue and I got myself a merchant. A bard would actually be something kind of useful. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So, what's his bonuses? Acrobatics, something in here. A little bit of everything, kind of. Oh, and persuasion. Very interesting. Yep. If I want someone to persuade, then it's him. That's just great. Okay, so armor. Wyll is proficient with the following armors: light armor and shields. Simple weapons. Okay. Same thing here. Martial weapons 4. Hoi. Hand crossbow. Oh, Astarion can use a hand crossbow, but because it's a rogue, I think. But you can't inspect that one further, it seems. So what else? We got humanoid, medium, movement. That one has 12 meters, and this one only 9. Let's see. We got 14. We are extremely fast. Folk hero. Armor class 12. Alright, so let's look at the spells. Look at ourselves one spell slot, or warlock slot for that matter. And prevents targets from using reactions. Interesting. And the cantrip here is the Eldritch Blast. Conjure 1 beam of crackling energy. And a blade ward. Take only half of the damage from bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing attacks 2 turns. That's pretty sweet. Can be replaced on level up. Okay. What else we got? Interesting, some flourishes. Hiding, throwing, jumping. Same thing. Knocks someone unconscious instead of killing them. Must be unarmed or using a melee weapon. Doesn't work on undead or constructs, sure. Opportunities things. Good. Now it's all about the leveling, it seems. But I do need to figure out a way for him to deal more damage. I mean, finesse weapons, right? He only has 1 bonus action, and in order to do bonus actions, you're not supposed to do dual wield things most of the time. I mean, I could just give him that. Or not. Why does that one not work? Why can't he dual wield? Dagger, lights. This one is not. Wait. In order to do this, you need 2 light weapons. That's the idea. Same thing with this rapier here. Oh boy, they too have the same kind of stuffs on them. And here's another revivify thing. Good. Right. Does he need a ranged weapon though? Do we have a ranged weapon on us? Another bow that we could utilize, maybe? Something that gives him a bit more of an edge. 11 on light armor. I mean, wasn't he supposed to be a medium thing or whatnot? No, light armor and shields. Oh, okay. So he is a light armor dude. Interesting. Light armor. So, what's our armor? Our armor is also light, also 11. We're kind of like the same as Wyll, except that instead of being a warlock, we are a wizard. Great. Okay, let's do his little level up then. See what we can do. Eldritch invocations, other things. Replace spell. Not yet. So we we got this spell. Choose the spells you know from the list below. The spells require spell slots, of course. Command. That could help. Move closer, freeze, drop to the ground, or drop its weapons. This could be an amazing spell. Hellish Rebuke. What's this one? React to your next attacker with flames that deal 2 to 25 damage. On save target, still takes half damage. Oh, this is pretty neat. But you want to get attacked in order for this to work. But I don't want to get attacked. This is so much damage. Okay, if someone hurts the target, then this is going to happen. Command a creature to flee, move closer, freeze, or drop to the ground, or drop its weapon. Drop its weapon. Do we want to deal damage, or do we want them to drop their weapon? I mean, if we make them drop their weapon, then we can lower their damage dramatically, right? I mean, that would be amazing. Let's try that one out. So, in your study of occult lore, you have unearthed eldritch invocations, fragments of forbidden knowledge that imbue you with an abiding magical prowess. When you cast Eldritch Blast, add your Charisma modifier to the damage it deals, unless it is negative. You can cast Mage Armor on yourself at will without expending a spell slot. Mage Armor increases your armor class when you aren't wearing armor. But we are wearing armor, aren't we? But armor of... oh, come on, why? These bonuses are just amazing. Beast Speech. Oh, you can cast Speak with Animals at will, without expending a spell slot. That's good. You invoke your wet patron's bewitching charm. You gain proficiency in deception and persuasion. Even more so. Yeah, look at that. He already is very charming, but we can do this even more. That's amazing. You can see normally in dark, both magical and non-magical, to a distance of 24 meters. You can cast False Life on yourself at will as a level 1 spell without expending a spell slot. False Life grants you 7 temporary hit points. You can cast Disguise yourself at will without expending a spell slot. Eldritch stuff is so overpowered. Oh, come on. You learn how to cast One with Shadows. What is this? Vanish into the darkness and become invisible as long as you stand still. Aha. So, does that help? What does invisibility do? Is it advantage on attack rolls and imposes disadvantage on enemy attack rolls? Neat. You learn how to cast One with Shadows. Vanish into darkness. It's just actions. Interesting. Repelling Blast. When you hit a creature with Eldritch Blast, you can push the creature up to 4.5 meters away from you. Nice. And the Thief of 5 Fates. Once per long rest, you can cast Bane using a Warlock spell slot. Bane targets up to 3 creatures and they receive penalty to attack rolls and saving throws. That's neat. Okay, but I don't know which one I should go for. Either the charisma kind of thing. That could be very helpful in certain situations. Or the speaking with animals. This could help, because right now I don't have any druids in my team, or anyone being able to speak with animals. That would be kind of helpful. Yeah, that would be really helpful. Let's do this one. And I can, oh, a second one even. Why do I have so many invocations on me? Like, this is just weird. Okay, so we're not going for the armor. Adds your charisma modifier to the damage it deals. That would be amazing. Okay, The whole Eldritch kind of thing. Is this the Eldritch Blast? Eldritch Blast. Was this a cantrip or was this a spell? That's the question. Let's just keep it that way. Okay. Replace some spells. Someone out and someone in. What? The amount of spells you can have fixed in your mind is limited. As you level up, you may wish to replace old spells with new ones. Choose a spell you know and replace it with another one. Okay. The selected spell will be added to your spells and actions. Yeah. This is what limits them. I mean, they can use spells and stuff, but not too many. Let's see, react to your next attack with flames. This is just amazing. But we may not need it. And this one. Armor of Agathis and Arms of Hadar. Targets to take half damage. Prevents targets from using reactions. That's good. Does Necrotic do us any good though? No, nothing about the damage type. Gain 5 temporary hit points and deal 5 cold damage. So we can replace this one here with something else over there. We got command already. Let's see, what's this hex? Make your attacks deal an additional necrotic damage. And give it his advantage. Interesting. For as long as the concentration holds, caster needs to focus on maintaining the spell. They can only cast one concentration spell at a time, and their concentration might be broken, and then they take damage. But the whole might be broken is kind of interesting, because the last time I attacked the harpy 1,000 times, and it never broke anything. That's just weird. Come on. Okay, so do we want to do extreme amounts of damage? Delayed. Yes. Conditional. That's just direct fire damage, but we need to get very close to it. Okay, reactions such as opportunity attacks are spent. Okay. But this one has to be used to target enemies. Alright, let's do this one. And level up even more, because why not? A pact boon. Nice. So, even more spells. So, we got ourselves another one. Tier 2 this time. We got Shatter. Damages all nearby creatures and objects. Creatures made of inorganic materials such as stone have disadvantage on their saving throws. Nice. And we can get this one, or the Scourging Ray. Misty Steps. Surrounded by silver mist, you teleport to an unoccupied space you can see. Interesting, interesting. Cloud of Daggers could help, yeah. Okay, the Dark Shroud that blinds enemies, that could help. And Fall. Reduce a creature's peripheral vision and make it look at you. Oh. And what good is it? maybe for others to sneak around. It is easier to hit. Touch a creature to turn it visible. Okay, so we are... I don't know. I would probably just go with the Scorching Ray just in case. I don't know if I should just collect something else that is more like fitting his character. Scorching Ray is more fiery. Maybe the Mirage image could help there. Then my armor class gets increased. Because right now it is definitely not as high. Whenever you successfully evade an attack, one of the duplicates disappears. Okay. What's the blind thing all about? Disadvantage on attack rolls. And oh, that's actually quite nice. But no, we're going to keep that one. And the Pact Boon, what does it do? Your patron bestows a gift upon you for your loyal service. Choose one of the following pacts. The Pact of the Chain. Gain the service of the familiar, a Fey spirit, that takes a form of your choosing. This can be an animal, imp, or quasit. The Pact of the Blade. You can summon a pact weapon, or bind the one you are wielding, making it magical. Pact weapons use the wielder's spellcasting ability modifier instead of strength or dexterity. Oh, definitely that one. And how often can I use this? Action, just like that, until long rest. Summon a weapon to your hand. It uses the wielder's spellcasting ability. Or this one just binds it directly like that. Damage is magical. That's kind of interesting. Your patron grants you a grimoire called the Book of Shadows, which allows you to cast Guidance, a Vicious Mockery, and Thornwhip. Pulls the creature 3 meters closer to you. That's cool. Mockery. Insult the creature. It has disadvantage on its next attack roll. Psychic damage. This is really interesting. We don't need guidance on him, though. Well, actually, No, we don't need it. The blade would be very helpful, though. Agonizing Blast. Yeah, depending on the situations. Let's go with that one. But if I go with a chain... Wait a minute. Quasit. Summon a familiar with a form of a quasit that can turn invisible and scare enemies. They are frightened and cannot move. Ooh, okay. Good. And the imp. It can sting enemies, turn invisible. Pretty neat. It can also fly. Now this is quite useful. Okay, the imp is pretty neat because it gives you bonus sources of damage and stuff. Whereas this one over here, it doesn't really say what kind of weapon can be used for this. But this, look, this sounds so fun. We're gonna keep that. And he doesn't need to be that dexterous anymore. That's actually quite interesting. And because his charisma is so high, then everything else is pretty good. So, let's see. We got some cantrips up here. The normal ones, of course, with the Eldritch Blast. Plus 3 force from Agonizing Blast bonus. Nice. These spells are just like those. Deals an additional damage per level. What? Upcast? Since when do we have upcast stuff? What is this? Deals additional damage per level. Command. Same thing. Affect an additional target per level. Oh. That's what it means. Per level. They all got fused into level 2 slots right now. They're all the same and they're all cast with the highest slot. That's an interesting way of doing it. So let's see. Bind packed weapon. Or maybe we can summon one. Haha, only melee stuff though. Only melee stuff. Now you just have to make sure that the weapon that you're going to summon is one that you can actually handle. A rapier might be one that you can handle, but the other way would be to just anyway, I could just use it willy-nilly. So now we got ourselves a packed weapon. Do we see anything special on this one? It just says packed weapon. It says 4 to 11. It's supposed to deal more damage though. I don't know where that bonus is. Can't even see this here. It's supposed to be the weapon, but where's the bloody bonus? This is just it. Oh, the warlock bound to this weapon is always proficient with it. The weapon's damage is magical. Always proficient with it. Now this is quite interesting. What if you were to use a... What if you were to use a bow though, or crossbow, or like anything? I'll just give him a ranged thingy and see if that works. It says per battle. It doesn't say that it has to be melee or whatever. And now he should be like that. No. It's always a melee weapon. Okay, good to know. Good to know, good to know, good to know. But this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing, I say. So, Shadowheart, what are we gonna do with you?
Now we're back home.
The nice thing is I don't really need to... Yeah, you can actually play without long rests if you just change characters from time to time. That's an interesting way of playing, so that you get the maximum out of it. I don't know if like all of them get boosted afterwards, but okay.
Be wary of false promises. The missing druid, Halsin, was it? He may be talented, but only a Githyanki's Sathis can cleanse an embedded tadpole.
Well, good to know. So, you are supposed to join me, but I need to get rid of Shadowheart first. Poor Shadowheart, really liked her. And the fact that... Oh... What is this? The Amulet of Lost Voices. Speak with the dead. The problem that I have right now is that she is carrying all of my items. Most of them, at least. Well, actually, not that. What about that one? It's pockets. No? No, she's not carrying that much. We can definitely be sure of that. Okay, so where are all of the plates? This one goes to Wyll or to me? Well, let's move this to me, why not? And then there are no other things in there, perfect. That's also something to sell to me. Alright, I think that's it. Shadowheart, Shadowheart, Shadowheart.
Something the matter?
Well, we should journey separately for now. I'll look for you here if I need you again.
If you're sure.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. I'll be here whenever you rediscover your taste in company.
Item received. Mysterious artifact. It's bound. Why? That's weird. So somehow this item just went in my inventory. That's kind of interesting. Let me just use this, see what happens.
A curious ornate box. Its many sides are engraved with indecipherable glyphs.
Let's investigate it. Whoa, close call.
No openings you can see, yet you sense something inside it.
There's something about that thing. I can't take my eyes off it.
Well, we could force it open. We're not gonna do that. Let's just put it away. We're not gonna do this without Shadowheart, because this thing is kind of weird. So, let's see. Lae'zel. Maybe I should move all of those quest-ish related items into it. Yeah, into their own pouch. That would help a lot. So,
Speak.
I want you in my tea.
It is done.
Just like that. Very nice. So, what's she good for? Tons of damage. Absolutely. Wielding with both hands. We do more damage. Oh yeah. Yeah. What else we got there? 2 to 9. 4 to 9. Oh. Oh wait.
Assume nothing.
2 to 7. 2 to 9. And this one is 413. All of the other stuff can actually be sold. And the slave. She still has that stuff on her though. So this one is wares. And something for me then. Health potions are in there, that's good. Armor class high enough, that should do it. Alright. So let's do all of that. Any spells on her? A bonus action, healing. That is so overpowered. Draw on your stamina to heal yourself. Oh, short rest. Okay, so you can't use it all the time. But still very interesting. Great weapon fighting. When you roll a 1 or 2 on a damage die for an attack with a 2-handed weapon, the die is rolled again. A lifetime of relentless training gave you armor proficiency with light and medium armor, as well as proficiency with the short sword, long sword, and a great sword. Okay, acrobatics. Awful lot of strength in here. Survival, of course, intimidation. Makes sense. And her bonus is strength +5. That's a lot. No charisma. That was obvious, kind of, wasn't it? Oh, heavy armor bonuses even. That's pretty sweet. When did she get heavy weapon? Heavy armor though. Interesting. But I need an armor that's better than 15, and I don't think I have that one yet. So let's level her up then. Oh, an action. Immediately gains an extra action to use this turn. Action search. Does it... I don't quite get this one, but okay. Probably has another cooldown that's just not shown right now. So, specializations and sub-features. Superiority die is 4. What? Superiority dice are d8s. You have 4. At fighter level 10, these dice become d10s. They fuel your battle master maneuvers and are expended upon use. You regain expended superior die after short or long rests. Pretty neat. Okay. So, a racial thing for some reason. We got some spells. The Githyanki Psionic Jump. A long rest thing. Okay, so they can't do it all the time. Interesting. Subclass Battlemaster. Maneuver. Oh, 3 maneuvers. Maneuvers are powerful attacks that use superiority dice. Spend an action and a reaction to direct an ally to strike a foe. The ally immediately uses their reaction to make a weapon attack. So I strike them and then some others do the same with me. That's pretty interesting. A combined attack, so to speak. Spend a superiority die to make an attack that deals an additional damage and possibly force the target to drop the weapon they are holding. Pretty cool. Distract your target, giving your allies advantage on the next attack roll against them. It's kind of like a nice leader build, the fighter. That's pretty interesting. You can evade attacks by imposing disadvantage on melee attacks against you for a round. Nice. You can use both your action and bonus action on a turn to attack a target with advantage and deal an additional 1d8 damage. Neat. Spend a superiority die to make an attack that deals an additional damage. On hit, select which friendly creature will gain half its movement speed. It will not provoke attacks of opportunity. Ooh. Spend a superiority die to make an attack that deals additional damage and possibly frightens the target. Oh, and position. You can spend a superiority die to add it to the result to an attack roll. Oh, that's good. But then, yeah, superiority dice, right? Spend a superiority die to make an attack that deals additional damage and pushes the enemy away. Expend a superiority die to grant an ally 8 temporary hit points, boosting their resolve. When a hostile creature misses you with a melee attack, expend a superiority die to retaliate with a powerful strike that deals an additional damage. Swing your weapon in a rapid sweeping arc to attack multiple enemies at once. Roll a superiority die for damage. Spend a superiority die to make an attack that deals an additional damage and possibly knocks the target prone. The target must be large or small, but not the same. Interesting. That's actually kind of interesting. You can evade attacks by imposing disadvantage on melee attacks. As long as the enemy uses melee, of course. Okay, which one of them is actually quite interesting? This one right here. Precious attacks. Evasive footwork sounds kinda interesting. Anything in here is just superiority die this, superiority die that. Except for that one. That doesn't say anything about superiority. No. It's a cost down there again. Okay, let's use the feigning attack then. But we do have 2 more subclasses that we could try. Okay, Battle Masters are paragons of tactical superiority, combining combat maneuvers and experience in the field to dominate every fight. The next one's the Eldritch Knight. Okay, Spellcaster. Study magic to supplement their weaponry, allowing them to overcome resistance from the toughest foes. So you can learn cantrips. Okay. Maybe not that necessary, to be honest. I mean, cantrips do deal damage. Great, but that is unnecessary. I mean, this focuses more on fighting. It's like being a fighter, but also not being a fighter. It's kind of strange. Just select whatever. We are not going to choose that anyway. I mean, wizards can do that. But not these folks. Subclass features spell slots. Weapon bond. Something completely new. Ritually bind the weapon in your main hand, and the weapon can't be knocked out of your hand, and it automatically returns to you when thrown. This, right here, is one of the coolest things ever. And then you just throw it and do tons of damage over and over and over again. This weapon bond thing might be one of the coolest spells ever. If you have a very strong weapon, you don't need a magical spell if your weapon is your spell, right? Outside of box thinking. Okay, champion. You approach the complex problems posed by combat with one distinctly effective solution. You hit those problems really quite hard. The number you need to roll a critical hit while attacking is reduced by 1. This effect can stack. Can stack how? So improved critical hit. If we get bonuses to critical hit, then all of this becomes much easier. I would really like to use the weapon that she has right now in order to throw it. The problem is just that throw a character or item from the world. What she needs is a weapon that can be thrown that also scales with strength, like the hatchet that I had. Problem is it doesn't deal that much damage. And let's just focus on the maneuver thingies in here. Spend an action and reaction. What was it? It was the... Nope. But this would be really amazing. It's a bonus attack just like that. No, wait a minute. This one uses a bonus action and an action. It just says, someone else, please attack that. That's not good. So, what's this one? Disarming attack melee and ranged. Ooh. So, on miss, does not spend superiority die. Oh, so you can cast it. It basically is guaranteed to work. Another different way of thinking about it. Distraction, interesting. Evasive footwork, yeah, we're gonna keep that one. And fainting attack is use both your action and bonus action this turn to attack a target. Yeah, that could work. And yet you can use forced maneuver on an ally, increasing them with speed. Menacing attack, nope. Precision. Yeah, precision is really good. Like sometimes I always miss, and this is really annoying. But wouldn't it be better to just deal more damage though? Bonus action and temporary hit points. That's actually quite useful. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with Raleigh on this one. Raleigh, evasive footwork, and some disarming attacks might be really, 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 really good. What about that one? Nah. Let's just do something like that. Hope for the best. Okay. Now Laezel's back.
One true way.
Like the hair in there is extremely orange. That's so weird. Okay, now let's get out of the camp, and then we can talk to. Oh, they when you need them.
I could use the target practice.
We can talk to Zoru, but the episode is actually very, very long already. So let's skip that and continue with it in the next episode. Until then, like and subscribe, and ta-ta!